started anyway. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We don't need any equipment today, so we're just going to go straight down onto our backs to start. So just make your way down to lying here. I want you to plant your feet into the mat and just lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Let's have our palms facing each other. Now I want you to just reach through the fingertips, lift the shoulder blades off the mat, and then drop them back down into the mat. So we're just trying to loosen off those shoulders a bit, release any tension through that upper back. So we're really reaching up, lifting, then melting them back down. Just take your time here. Keep that energy through the fingertips. Let's take one more. Then let the shoulder blades set into the mat. You're going to reach the arms up overhead this time. So open up through the chest a bit and then draw the arms back to the ceiling. So we lift the arms overhead. As you lift, don't let the ribs flare. As you bring them back, just gently begin to activate the abs. So again, we're just finding some mobility through the shoulders. And let's just begin to focus on that breath. So inhale to reach the arms. Exhale to draw them back to the ceiling. Let's take two more. Good, last one here. You're going to bring the arms all the way back down by your side. Have the palms into the mat. Just allow your shoulders to keep being released into the mat and allow the collarbones to fall open. Now, I want you to just really slowly lift your right leg into tabletop. Then allow the left leg to follow. Then we lower the right foot all the way down, left foot all the way down. So we just work in that direction. Right one lifts. Now, as you lift, we want to keep that neutral spine. So we want to keep those natural curves of the back the whole time. So we don't let that back flatten. We just draw into the stomach, squeeze the abs gently, and then don't let the back arch as you lower the legs. So we're going to keep that spine nice and still. Exhale to lift the legs up. Inhale to lower down. The whole time we're staying nice and relaxed through the chest, through the collarbones. Good, let's take one more in that direction. Good, then we start with that left foot. Exhale, lift up. Inhale down. Now try to focus on softening the ribs, but squeezing into the belly. Good, and we're always working really slow and controlled here. Let's just take one more. We're going to keep those legs in tabletop now. Keep your head released. Now you're going to tap your right foot down to the mat. Then again, squeeze the stomach, draw it back in. Other side, we tap and lift. Now again, focus on that neutral spine. So you should be able to fit about a blueberry size between your sacrum and the mat. So that keeps us in the neutral position. You don't want to squash your blueberry or let it roll away. So we're not flattening or arching the back. We're keeping it nice and still, squeezing through the front of the abs. Exhale to tap, inhale to lift. Let's go for just 4 more. 3. We go for 2. And then on that last one, just lower the feet back down. Bring your hands straight behind your head. Make sure the head is released into your hands. Now we're going to curl up for our crunch. I want you to look to your belly and then gently release back down. So curl up, Slowly release out. Now try to keep your elbows wide. The hands are just there to support the head. We want to try to keep the head relaxed. Exhale to come up. Inhale to lower down. Good. Now let's focus on that space between the bottom of the ribs and the front of the hips. We want to tighten up that gap as we come up, then release it as we lower down. Now we're going to add some pulses to the movement. So you're going to curl up, take it into 3 little pulses, then release back down. Now as you take those pulses, we're activating deeper into the stomach. Just 3 and release. Good. Keep that head dropping down. Let's go for 3. We go for 2. Now on that next one, we're going to stay in our crunch and just keep pulsing here. So keep squeezing into that belly for 6, 5, 4. Come up a little bit higher for 3, 2, 1, and release. Lower the head. Good. Let's bring the hands back by our side. Now have your heels quite close to your sit bones, knees up to the ceiling. I want you to tilt your pelvis towards you. Begin to roll up through your spine into a bridge. So keep the head released, bring the hips up, pause at the top, and then drop from that chest and lower back down, rolling through the spine till the hips come back to the mat. So just warming up through the vertebrae. We're finding space between each little bone as we roll up. The top, I want you to begin to activate the glutes and then gently find that roll back down again through the spine. So with the breath here, I want you to exhale as you come up. Use that full exhale until you're at the top. We inhale and then exhale to roll back down again, nice and slowly here. Little tension through the body and inhale at the bottom. Let's take 2 more like that. Really make sure you are using that breath. On your next one, I want you to stay in your bridge a little bit longer. So we're going to hold the hips up there. Now feel that activation into the glutes. So we're squeezing the glutes, we're pressing down through our heels. You're going to lower the hips halfway down, then lift back up, then tap them all the way to the mat. Lift up. So we come halfway, up, all the way down, and up. Now the glutes have to lead the movement. So I want you to squeeze the glutes each time you lift the hips up. Try to inhale each time you lower, exhale to lift. Keep pressing your weight down through your heels. Make sure those collarbones are nice and wide here. Shoulder blades are released into the mat. Good. Let's take 2 more rounds. Good. 1 last full round here. You're going to keep the hips up in the air. Now we're going to float the hands up, palms face each other. I want you to lift your heels off the mat. Then roll through the foot, lower the heels back down. So we lift up, lower down. So we're working that foot articulation here. We're rolling through the foot. Feel that stability in the ankle and feel the calves switching on. don't let the hips drop. So we keep the glutes active. Just allow your breath to flow. Keep reaching through those fingertips. We go for 3 more of those heel raises. For 2. Now on that next one, you're going to keep your heels elevated. Now this time, I want you to stay on the balls of your feet. We bring the hips down, you reach your arms up overhead. Then you're gonna lift everything back up, open the knees wide, use the inner thigh to draw them back together. Tap down, lift up, open the knees out, draw in. Now you're staying on the balls of your feet, so the heels never lower. We're working that bridge with the arm reach into that leg opening. Now each time you bring the knees back in, I want you to actively feel the inner thighs switching on and squeezing the knees in, drawing them back together. Try to work your inhale as you lower the hips. Exhale to lift and open up the knees. Beautiful. Stay on the balls of the feet. We take 3 more rounds. Let's go for 2. Now on your last one, I want you to stay up there. Keep your heels lifted. Let's pulse the hips up and down. Small squeezes here, using those glutes for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll back down. Good. Open the feet wide. Let's just drop the knees side to side. Just release through the hips. Good. Now we're going to work into the obliques a bit here. I want your hands behind your head, feet planted back into the mat. And again, just feel that neutral spine. So we're not arching that lower back, we're not flattening it, just letting it fall naturally. Then you're gonna come up for your crunch. At the same time, that right leg is gonna lift into tabletop. Then we're gonna take a twist across the body and then lower down. Other side, we lift, then take a twist, opposite elbow reaches to that knee, release out. Pardon me. Lift up, twist, and down. So I want to see you take the crunch forwards first before you take that twist. Now when you take that twist, we begin to work the obliques. So you want to squeeze that side of the body that you're twisting towards to really activate through the waist. Good. Now we're going to take 1 more like this. And then on that next one, I want you to come straight into the twist. So we go straight across. We take out that middle crunch. Exhale to twist. Inhale to release. Good. Just check in that you're not bringing tension into the neck. The hands are always supporting the head and neck. Good. Let's take 1 more like this. And then I want you to go back to that first side and just pause. Now from here, we're going to stay up in our crunch. We're going to go straight to that next twist. So the opposite leg taps, the other one comes to tabletop. Twist. Twist. Good. Let's breathe in one way. Breathe out the other. For 4, 3, 2. On that next one, I want you to hug your knees and stay in a crunch. Now we're going to extend that left leg out long. Hug the right knee towards you. Hold it there for a second and then go other side. Try to stay up in your crunch. So look to your belly. We squeeze in and in. So you're extending one leg, hugging the other. Good. Again, breathe in for one and out for the other. Now we're going to add on to this movement. I want you to keep moving the legs, bring your hands behind your head. So we go back to supporting the head. Stay in your crunch. Then we're going to add that twist back in, opposite elbow to knee, twist, twist, beautiful. Try to stay in that crunch, keep squeezing those abs. We're going to speed it up slightly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on one, release, hug the knees to your chest, hold them for a second. We're gonna keep working through those abs. So I want you to just bring the hands back behind the head. Lift your legs slowly into tabletop. So again, making sure to support that neutral position. Now we come up for our crunch. Then you tap your toes down, both feet tap. Lift back in, release your head back down. Exhale, come up and tap. Inhale to lift and lower. Good. So I want you to notice again whether you're flattening your back here or arching it. I rather want you to focus on just the abs doing the work and the legs slowly moving, supporting your neutral, natural curves. Good. Let's take 3 more. One last one here. You're going to come up into your crunch, tap the feet, lift them to tabletop, pause. Bring your hands by your side, stay in your crunch. Now don't let the shins drop or lift. They're in that perfect 90. We look to our belly and pulse the arms, work your hundreds. Nice and quick through those pulses. Try to lift up, try to look to your stomach. We're breathing in for 5 pulses and breathing out for 5. Now really nice and percussive here. It's like you're bouncing 2 tennis balls. So the arms keep moving for speed. We look into the belly to keep a nice long neck. Don't let the shins move here. So keep them in that beautiful tabletop. Breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Now if you feel too much tension through your neck, let's bring one hand behind, take a round of breath, then switch to the other. Otherwise we're going to keep pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, lift up even higher for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Hug those knees in, good. Nice. Breathe out. There, guys. We are going to take it into some side lying now. So let's just take one roll up to move to our side. So extend your legs long, extend your arms overhead. Take a nice stretch through the body. So from the fingertips to the toes. We inhale. As you exhale, hands press forward, head comes to chest, squeeze the abs. Reach through the fingertips, continue to stretch over the legs. Drop your head down. Release that upper body, release the legs. Good. We are going to come onto our right side. So I want you to have your legs out long. We're going to start with the inner thighs. So nice long position from your fingertips down to the toes again. Now I want your hips stacked here and we're squeezing the stomach. Now we're going to work the bottom leg. So that top leg is going to work as support. You can either just have it rested over on top of the other onto the mat, or if you can, bring the toes down, open the knee out. But we want to be able to move this bottom leg. Now I want you to extend that bottom leg, point through the toes. Keep your hips stacked. We lift the foot up, gently tap down. So you're using the inner upper part of the leg to move it. So you can imagine you've got a string on your inner thigh. We're pulling it up, releasing it back down. Good. And then I don't want you to feel collapsed in this position. So we're not dropping through the waist. We're lifting up. We're keeping the abs on the whole time. Lift and lower. Extend that leg fully. Good. Let's add a pulse now. So you're going to lift the foot up, take a pulse, lower down. Up, pulse, release. Just one pulse there. Now as we move through these series on our side, I want you to just make sure that breath stays flowing. So if it helps, just shut the eyes down, focus on that nice long inhale through the nose and long exhale through the mouth. Let's take 2 more like this. Good. Then I want you to lift that foot back up, hold it. We're just going to draw circles now. Now that circle is starting at the top of the hip. The whole leg is creating a micro circle here that we're drawing with our toes. Keep the thigh off the mat. Let's go other direction. Big circles now as we go in that other direction. Slightly bigger. Good. Keep that leg long, fully extended. And pause, lift it up even higher. We're going to pulse it here. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it on 1. Good. Extend that other leg on top. Now we're still going to stay in a nice long position like this. Head is released. You can prop your hand up if it feels more comfortable. I want you to keep your hips stacked, and again we squeeze the belly, so we should have a tiny little gap between our side body and the mat to make sure the abs are on. Now you're going to point through that top foot. Lift the leg up using the glute. Then flex the foot. Bring it down just to hover off the other one. So we point and lift, flex and lower. Good. Exhale to lift it. Inhale to lower. Now I want you to make sure that movement is initiated with the glute. So the glute is squeezing to lift the leg. We're not kicking it up, it's gliding here. Nice. Try to extend that leg away from you. So we're growing longer through the leg. We're trying to reach it towards the other side of the room. Let's take 2 more just like this. Now we're going to keep that leg lifted on that next one. Let's flex our foot, hold it up. You're going to bring the leg just to hip height, so it's just in line with that hip, and then lift it back up. Bring it to hip height and up. Keep squeezing that belly in. So we always support the spine. We're always active through the core. Good. Make sure you are still breathing. Good. I want to see the difference between that higher position and hip height. We go for 3, 2. Let's hold that leg at hip height now. I want you to point through the ankle. Now you're going to keep that leg at hip height. Glide it forward slightly. Then flex the foot again and glide it back just so it's in line with the body. Point and forwards. Flex and back. Now you can use that top hand to support you. Keep racing through the core. Keep using that breath. Don't let your hips move, just that leg is moving. Let's take 2 more sweeps here. Good. 1 more. Now you're gonna bring that leg back so it's in line with your body, hold it. We're gonna point through the foot. Let's draw our circles again. Slightly bigger than those inner thigh circles. Try to keep that leg around that hip height position. And other direction with your circles. Good, let's hold it there and pulse. Back to those pulses, stay with me, almost there. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Beautiful, tap out to that side. Good. We are going to come up to 4-point kneeling. So before we go into that second side, I just want you to meet me in that 4-point kneeling position here. Now you're going to extend that same leg back, the one we've just worked, so that left foot should be back. Now I want you to brace through the stomach, press down with the arms, stay nice and strong here. You're going to lift that left leg up. Now from here, I want you to lift your right arm up as well, find a balance, so we're nice and strong in the core. You're going to draw that right elbow down the side of your body, pulling it in like you're taking a lat pull down, then press that arm forwards. We just stay in this balance. Pull down, reach forward. So working through that upper back, keeping that glute active as well through that left side. So we're squeezing it and lengthening the leg. Bend the arm, press forwards. I want you to keep a long neck here. So we're looking to the front of your mat. Imagine someone has a string on the crown of your head. They're pulling you forwards. We're lengthening the neck. Draw in with that elbow, extend away. 2 more here. Now we're going to keep that arm bent on the next one. I want you to extend your arm behind you, flipping that wrist so the palm comes up to the ceiling. Then we bend back in. So we flip that hand up, bend, and we're working that tricep. Still keep that left leg lifted. I want that glute to stay active. Bend and extend that right arm. Don't hold that breath. Squeeze the belly, press down with the left hand. 2 more. You're going to keep that palm up to the ceiling, that arm's extended. Let's pulse that arm. For 3, 2. Hold it on 1. We reverse the movement. Bend the arm. Extend the hand back overhead, lower the arm to your mat. Now I want you to have the hands underneath your shoulders, elbows wrap in and hug the body. You're gonna come down for a push-up, so lower down, keep your left leg extended, press back up. Let's inhale to lower, exhale to press back up. Nice and strong through the arms. That left leg is still up, that glute is still working. Let's take 2 more. Stay down on your last one, hold it. Now that left leg is extended, we pulse it here. Up and down, little squeezes for 3, for 2. 1, come back up. Let's join the toes together, open the knees out, send your hips back. Find child's pose. So reach the arms forwards, release your head. Just really allow the head to sink down, allow your hips to drop to the heels. Good, let's slowly roll back up. We are going to take that onto the second side. So I want you to come down onto your left side. So finding that nice lengthened position. We're going to start with the inner thigh work. So nice and long here, hips are stacked on top of each other. legs out on the left arm. Yes. All right. So make sure those hips are stacked, squeeze the stomach, find that comfortable position for that top leg, whether it's just resting over or the toes are on. Allow the knee to be either released or to the ceiling. Then extend that bottom leg, point through the toes. We lift it up, lower down. Good, so again, it's that inner thigh that's doing the work. We're pulling up from the inner thigh, keeping that full extension of the leg. Good. Make sure you're keeping that leg as straight as you can, keeping the hips as still as you can. We're going to add our pulse. Lift up, take a pulse, lower down. Nice and calm through the breath. Those long inhales and exhales are going to help us to lengthen the muscles. So we want to really extend that bottom leg away from us. Let's take 2 more. We're going to keep that leg up on the next one. Hold it. Make sure it is straight. Let's take those little circles. Good, try to lift the thigh up. And then let's take slightly bigger circles the other way. Beautiful, squeeze that belly, keep your hips still. We're gonna pulse here to finish, up and down. For 4, 3, lift it even higher for 2, 1, release. Good, beautiful. Send that top leg out. Find that full extension through the body now. So that top leg is now fully out. Good, hips are stacked here. Now I want you to really squeeze the belly to find that little gap between your side body and the mat so that we stay active here. Now you're gonna point through that top leg, lift it up. Flex the foot lower down to hover off the other leg. Point, send it away as you lift it up. Flex, send it away as you lower. Exhale as you come up. Inhale down, keep so strong through the belly. Good. And again, the hips want to stay still so we're not rocking. You can use that top hand to support you by pressing into the mat. Remember, we're not kicking the leg, it's always gliding. You've got to use the muscles here. So squeeze into that right glute before you even move that leg. Good. On that next one, keep your leg up. Let's flex the foot. You're going to bring that leg down just to hip height, then use that glute to lift it up. We keep it flexed this time. Lower to hip height, lift up. Glide it down, glide it up. Good. Really flex that foot so that that glute stays on the entire time. So it keeps squeezing, it keeps working. Good, try to soften through the ribs, squeeze through the belly. That's it, let's pause at hip height on that next one. So keep that leg there, we're gonna point that ankle. Send the leg forwards without moving the hips. Then flex the foot, send it back in line with your body. Don't let it drop below hip height, so point forwards. Flex, back, yes, so nice. Exhale one way, inhale the other. Almost there, don't drop it down. We've got a few more. Let's take 2 more sweeps here. Very nice. On your last one, you're going to bring that leg in line with your body, point through the toes. Let's draw our circles. Active in the core. Lengthen that leg as long as you can. Circle it here, slightly bigger than the inner thigh circles. Let's go other direction, don't drop the leg. And we'll pulse it here to finish, up and down. Stay with me, we go for 5. 4, lift it a little bit higher for 3, 2, 1, release. Tap that glute out for a second, nice. We are gonna come back to that 4-point kneeling position. So come back over. Now I want you to have your right leg extended this time. Now that right leg is out. We're gonna lift it up so it's in line with the body. Squeeze that glute, hold that leg still. Then lift your left arm up. Find that balance. Now we pull down through that left lat, bend the elbow, extend that arm back overhead. Bend down. Reach up. We look to the front of our mats. Yes, I want to hear that breath. So just let it move. Now the whole body's working here to stabilize you, to hold that balance. We're allowing space through the neck by looking to the front of our mat. 2 more here. Really press down through that right arm, keep it strong. On that next one, we keep the elbow bent. Now we're going to extend that left arm behind us, palm comes up to the ceiling, bend it back in. Extend up, we're working those triceps, bend in. Good, keep that length in the right leg, it stays strong, the glute is on. Two more. Keep your arm extended, now let's pulse. Reaching that palm up to the ceiling. Good, reverse the movement. Extend that arm, place the hand down. Now I want wide hands this time. So almost out to the end of the mat. Leg stays out. We come down for a wide push-up. Elbows go out, lower the head down, press up. Lower, lift. Let's inhale down. Exhale up. Keep that right leg lengthened. We go for 3, 2, stay down on your last one. Hold that push up, pulse your right foot or your right leg. For 3, squeeze that glute for 2. 1, come up, release through child's pose again. Hips down, arms forwards, release your head. So just allow the hips to sink back. Allow your head to release. Beautiful. Really reach through the fingertips. I want you to just roll back to your hands and knees. Let's just find that 4-point kneeling position one more time. Now you're going to inhale, look up to the ceiling, find an arch through your lower back. Exhale, press the hands into the mat, curve that spine, look towards yourself. Inhale up. Exhale down, loosen off that back. One more each way. Good, then find that neutral position again. We're going to send the left arm underneath the body. Drop the shoulder and then extend that right arm to the ceiling, twist and look up. So you're stretching through that upper back, that thoracic spine, opening into your chest. Good, and other side. Send that right arm under, extend it. Lift the left arm up and open. Good, release out of that. You're going to take one more stretch and just come back to sitting. Let's reach the legs forwards. Let's take a glute stretch. So I'll start by bringing the right foot on top of the left. Plant that right foot down, hug that right knee towards you, then twist and try to look to the back of your mat. So you're trying to work into that right glute. Send the sit bones down, lift the chest up, then twist. Take a few breaths here. Each time we exhale, we twist further. We stretch deeper. Good, let's release. Let's bring that left foot on top now. Plant that left foot down. Send the sit bones down. Hug that left knee in and take your twist. So really try to send the sit bones down to initiate the twist through the body. Look to the back of your mat and exhale into that stretch. Expand the muscles. Good. Let's unravel there, bring that foot out. Just give the legs a little shake here, release any tension. We're gonna lift the arms up to the ceiling, take a nice big inhale together. And then exhale, just let that go. And we'll leave it there. Thank you guys.